Welcome to Everyday Cooking with Ann. It's a Sunday afternoon and we decided we wanted to make some of our most famous, delicious lemon bars. I have made probably 15 recipes of lemon bars and this is by far our favorite. So I hope it'll become your favorite too. We thought we would take some treats around to some of our neighbor and friends. We're still in the middle of COVID and thought we could cheer some people up. So help us do that today I'm going to show you how to make my famous lemon bars. Okay, the first thing I'm going to show you is this is my pan that I love to make it in. It's nice and deep. And what I do when I make lemon bars is I go ahead and spray my pan with Pam Spray. And then I put parchment paper in the bottom. I know that sounds very crackly, but and the reason we're doing that is so that when we take the lemon bars out of the oven, it will lift right out and you don't have to dig into the pan to pull it out, and it's going to be beautifully cut, okay? So some of the things that we're using, well, all of the things that we're using for the lemon bars, there's two steps to making the bars. First it's the crust and then it's the lemon filling. So in the crust, we are going to I'm going to go ahead and just start with this. We've got 2 cubes of butter, which is 1 cup, going into our mixer. And this is unsalted butter, but if you have salted and don't have anything different, you can use that too. Okay, and we are going to also put in 1/2 of a cup of sugar. And this is going to be for the crust. We're going to beat this until it is nice and smooth. Okay, now this is the main part of the crust, is we're going to add 2 cups of flour gradually until it incorporates in with the butter and sugar. Turning it down a bit because I don't want flour flying all over. I'm adding a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That's all that's required in the crust. I'm mixing it up a little bit so that the butter pieces are about the size of small peas before I put it into my pan. Meanwhile, I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees, so this is going to be baking for 15 to 20 minutes. Just like it to put in while you make your lemon filling. See, it's okay to have a little bit of chunks of butter in there because that makes the crust even better. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Go ahead and put this in the bottom of my pan. Now what I just do is I just take the back, I'm going to spread this evenly all over in the bottom of my pan. And then I want to make sure I get the corners really good too so that it's all covered. Okay, then I start just kind of mashing it down. Actually, you want to call it packing it down. We're packing it up and we want to keep a little bit of a side to the crust, so we're kind of going up against the edge right here. We're trying to figure out how to make it even across the bottom so that there's not more in one section than another. But see how easy this is to do with just a measuring cup to make it nice and smooth. Now we want to bake this until it's just kind of a light golden brown. And you want to have all your ingredients for your lemon filling right now, because while we're waiting for this to bake, when we take this out of the oven, we're going to add our lemon filling immediately afterwards and put it back in the oven. Okay, look how great that looks. I'm going to take it and put it in the oven right now and time it for 15 minutes. I'm going to check and see if it needs come out before then, sometimes 20 minutes. So I'll let you know how long it takes at my 350 degree oven. Okay, this is step 2. While the crust is baking in the oven, we're going to be making our lemon filling. What we'll need for that is we need, you can use 1/2 to 2/3 cup of fresh lemon juice, and I always try to do the 2/3 amount because I love that lemon taste. Has to be really strong for me. A tablespoon of lemon zest. I use a lemon like this, and then I zest it like this, and you want at least a tablespoon. So this takes usually up to 3 lemons, depending on the size of your lemons, to get enough juice to make this. So if you have 3 lemons on hand, you should be fine. Okay, the other thing that we're going to put in is 4 eggs. I don't even use my mixer for this because you don't really have to, so I'm going to put the 4 eggs. I've got 4 large eggs. Actually, these are jumbo eggs. Hope they work just fine too, but you can see how big they are. And I'm just going to whip these by hand. So now I'm adding the sugar a little bit at a time into the eggs. What's great about this recipe is you can make this all within an hour. So if you have guests or want to make a special treat, if you've got lemons on hand, I actually keep a whole jar. When I have lemons that come on sale or people give me lemons from their tree, I go ahead and juice them and put them in a jar or put them in the freezer so that I have instant lemon juice and lemon zest for anything I want to make, because I love lemon on just about everything. This is probably going to be the family's favorite dessert besides lemon meringue pie or anything else lemon, actually. So this is a great one. I actually made these lemon bars in China and they were a huge hit to my students. And I actually went on a Chinese Food Network show and showed them how to make these lemon bars. So you can see they're international now too. Okay, I've incorporated that sugar pretty nicely. Now I'm going to add, actually what we're going to add first is our lemon juice. I've got 2/3 of a cup here of fresh squeezed lemon juice, and all of this lemon zest too. Okay, and now I'm going to add the flour, which is, like I said, 1/2 a cup with 1 extra tablespoon. Okay, you can see that took all of maybe 3 or 4 minutes to completely incorporate. All we're waiting now is we're going to remix this up a little bit when we take our crust out of the oven, and then we're going to immediately put it on our crust and put it back in the oven for 20 more minutes, but we'll show you that in just a few minutes. Okay, I've had our crust baking for about 20 minutes, and as you can see, it's nice and browned around the edges. It's kind of light colored here, but it's actually the perfect looking crust right now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to finish stirring this up one more time so that it will spread evenly. And I'm going to take our lemon mixture and just put it right here. It's very, I'm going to say watery, I'm going to say lemony, but it will thicken up, of course, because we put thickener in there. And that's all you need to do. We're going to put it back in the oven for 20 more minutes. We took this lemon bar out of the oven exactly 20 minutes after I told you we put it in, and you can see it's completely done. It's lightly colored and a little crispy around the edges. It's perfect. So it's been cooling on my cooling rack, and now it's just barely warm on the bottom. Now this is the reason we have the parchment, because then I can lift it completely out of here so that I can start cutting before it's completely cold. And I usually try to do right down the middle here with a sharp knife, and it cuts beautifully and cleanly. Okay, and then I have my little trusty sifter and powdered sugar, and just put that over the top. Voila, and they're ready to serve. So let me just take one of these up and just show you what it looks like. You can see the filling is perfectly gelled. It's not too loose, not too Oh, and let's just watch me take a bite of this. This is like my most favorite thing in the world to do. Okay, I'm ready to serve my lemon bars, and I just want to challenge you to find another lemon bar recipe better than this one. Please let me know on my channel. I would love it if you would subscribe and share this recipe with your friends, because it truly is the best in my humble opinion. Let me know what you think, and we're looking forward to hearing from you on my channel. You will find the recipe for this lemon bar below this video. Subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you.